Here is the gorilla, which belongs to the family of anthropoid apes. The gorilla, which lives in West Africa, is the largest of these apes, growing to a height of about 6 feet and weighing nearly 500 pounds. Though feared more by the natives than any of his forest companions, the gorilla is normally of a gentle disposition unless aroused. This 4-year-old has made friends.
Hey everybody, right now it's about 6 o'clock at night here in Maine, and I'm going to be doing a dusk to darkness recon along a river, and this trail I think is part of the trail that I think may have been used by a Bigfoot. If you look down behind me, you can see sort of where my stick is pointing. Right down through that way is kind of clear. It's had a lot of fresh falls from the beavers and things like that there. So it's the stuff that you see falling down is not Bigfoot made, but it is a clear game trail. It's fairly wide, and a Sasquatch could very easily follow it. And right now we'll swing you around. And if I get this pointed right, you can see right up through where my stick is pointing, where the trail continues down. Part of it I'm not going to go on because it's pretty slippery, it's muddy. I'm all by myself, nobody knows where I am, so I'm not going to take any unnecessary chances. But maybe we can find some prints and see what's going on here in the woods of Maine, Squatch-wise. Looks kind of interesting there. One, two, three, 4, 5 toes with a possible frontal pad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possible toes. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possible toes. Right in there is the frontal pad. Kicked up, so he's heading in the direction that I'm heading for, roughly. There's another right in there. This is the tree behind me here. It's another instance of where I found bark peeled off of a tree and piled next to it. Animals don't usually do that. Only something of a higher intelligence will do something like that. A lot of animals scrape the bark off of a tree to get the insects that are underneath, but there aren't too many that I'm aware of, actually none that I'm aware of except for humans, that are fastidious enough to pile up the bark after they're done eating. going to come back in a couple of days and cast some cod down. There's our teepee. And there's that bend. I'm not alone in these woods. Big question is, who's with me? Hello everybody, I hope you're enjoying this selection of highlights from a couple or 3 days worth of squatch hunting that I've done here in the earlier part of May. This particular spot I'm looking at is a rather interesting looking huge bend. I'm going to guess that it's probably not anything that's worth long-term examination, but I thought it was pretty interesting. Someday I'll have my I'll put some videos up here when I do a specific series on tree bends and what causes them. But coming up here, have an interesting situation that I ran into where I may possibly have seen something. For those of you that have been out on a hunt with me or know me, I carry my camera on a tripod in a horizontal fashion so that I can take pictures as I go. It makes for a more stable image, but if you look right where that the two trees are, you'll see as I pan over, there's something in there, kind of a cinnamon brown color. See right there at the bottom of the V. And that caught my eye, and I zoomed in on it a little bit. But as always, when you're hand holding a camera like that, it tends to vibrate quite a bit, and you get a lot of motion. So I set my tripod up, as you'll see coming right up here. It'll get pretty blurry. And then when I pan back to that particular location, you'll see that spot, the V in those trees, when I get back to it there, you'll see there's nothing there anymore. It's gone. Whatever it was alive. It was moving. And we did a follow-up investigation. And in that follow-up investigation, by laying out a line of where that was, we were able to determine from the top of the hill where specifically whatever that creature was standing, and we determined by height that with a course of margin of error that this creature, whatever it was approximately that black thing is nothing, by the way, it's just something hanging off the tree, but we determined that this creature, whatever it was, that brown cinnamon colored furry thing, was most likely approximately 6.5 to 7.5 feet off the ground, or an average height of about 7 feet. But again, you know, that's not a definite sign of anything. That's where I just was. And here I am pointing to where we were. This is from the top of the hill, and those are looking at between those two trees that were there. But again, take a close look at him. You'll see that you know, 1 minute, whatever that was there, and just basically a mere fractions of a second later, that spot in the trees is gone. It's empty. It's clear. You can see right through. And that spot to the right was completely filled, but no, it's not. So, I got about 2.5 mile hike to get out of there. So, everybody, welcome to follow-up visit. As you just saw on a couple of pieces of the video there, saw some interesting things here. One of them led me quite astray. Hard to tell what it was on that little screen. It measures about 2 inches by 1 inch high there on my little video camera, but After I got it home and looked at it full size, it totally wasn't what I expected. However, there was a couple of other items, and we'll go through them again here as I do the over narration coming up that I did see on that day. A couple of days ago, there was movement in the woods. I did hear some noise, and they were going to take a little closer look at it. And I've got somebody coming that's going to be able to give me a hand at locating my spots and tracking things out and seeing if we can debunk what it was that I saw. I know it was brown. It looked furry. Don't know whether it was or not. It could have been an animal on a tree. I don't really know, except that I do know that at one point in the screen it filled up the space, and the next thing the space was clear. So we'll debunk it, or try to, and see what we got going on there. Yeah, because from here you can see where we were. So he would have been just this, which is where I heard that noise coming from.
Right, and it makes sense he put the ridge between you and him. Yeah. You say he saw you moving, that's why he moved.
Yeah. The problem is, I have no idea how tall it was.
Right.
So if he was trying to keep his head just at the ridge line, and the advantage is that I would have been fully illuminated by the setting sun.
Mm-hmm.
See anything looks like twists or marks or breaks or anything at all?
No, but if you stand here and look that way, and then look that way,
looks like a trail. Yeah.
Pretty clear.
Yeah.
Something's been traveling up and down that bank. Look how it's muddy. Well, with a lot of
it also looks like one going up around that way too, so over to the left there.
Yeah.
Looks interesting right in here. Right in there looks. And another one right in there on the side hill. Maybe something was pushing into it.
Yeah, it looks like something slid a little.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah, to that wall. That's a little odd.
Looks like faint toe prints on the top.
Almost, don't it?
So we have what looks like might be a step there, maybe, very remotely, and also right in there. But this one, right up in here, has a slight right in there, correct?
Right.
Going in an almost straight line, and then what looks like a pad there. and this right in here. Well, can't prove it. For the time being, I'll take it as a trail sound. That sound that I heard would have been right about in here. That break looks like a fairly fresh one, comparatively speaking. What do you think? It looks a couple days old.
Yep.
Nice and bright. I don't see any gray at all in there. This is a relatively fresh break.
Got this over here too.
Another one?
Didn't know if we did something.
Yep. Take a look over here. See if I can see where that trail is from there. Yeah, if it was something that was like 2 feet taller than me, you very easily could see the trail from there.
Almost looks like toe marks up there.
Yeah, it does.
Nice and wide and long. Hard to say though.
Yeah, let me get my tape out. Let's see what we can see. Starting to get warm. We're looking at roughly right about there.
Yeah. 13.
They're telling on us. Run, Sasquatch, run. They found your friends.
We could have put a foot there and stepped up just to look over this stuff and take a look at you.
About 6 inches wide. I don't quite feel quite comfortable enough with it though to call it a castable track though. If it was on the flat, I probably would. Interesting bend there.
Yeah.
Look at that. A couple of indentations in there. Not necessarily mean anything. That's not, a snow white. There's no trees on it.
Been there a while.
Yeah. But the snow white would have made it go down flat. Not bent like that. That exceeded, you know, the snow weight limit.
Take a look at these over here. It's kind of strange there.
Yeah.
But you can see the stump on that end, but I didn't see any stump up on those two.
Yeah.
And this one fell so the crotch was around that tree, you know?
Yeah.
That's kind of an odd. Plus the one behind it you've got leaning there in the crotch, see it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Hard to say. That's an unusual stack for
Pattern,
sure.
yeah. I'm going to leave that running. Go down there and get some photographs of it. Yeah. You're just noticing that. So now that one has a more of a natural bend to it, where you can tell where this tree might have fallen on it.
Yeah, come out of this pine.
Yeah. Yeah, that one. Oops. Fall down, hurt myself here. That one looks to me more like a natural, you know, from snow or other trees falling.
Well, it's this limb that did it. And there's a bunch of dead limbs. Broken limbs up there.
Yeah, it certainly would be a great vantage point.
Well, you got all the backdrops, see,
Yeah.
so they don't see you.
Yeah.
When you're deer hunting, you always want to worry about what's behind you, especially
Yeah.
in a tree stand, you know?
Silhouettes don't work very well.
Right. With that there and that big one stuck in that tree,
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of things come together here, you
Yeah.
know? It might just be seasonal signs, but it's still there.
Yeah.
And then the teepees just over there.
Look at that one over there.
Yeah.
That's kind of odd. One right on top of the other, I think.
Yeah.
This one here has been here for a while. But this one here is definitely from someplace else. It wasn't stuck there in the ground. It hasn't been there that long.
Right. Wasn't a lot of leaf stuff around it or anything.
No. I'm pretty certain that part is new sign. But we'll find out after we review the videos tonight or tomorrow. Right underneath it is that breaking. See right in here?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's coming right off. Well, I don't think we're going to find any tracks.
Getting way too dry for that.
Yeah. I was hoping, we'd find some leaves, leaves that are all disturbed or something like that, but
I don't know, man. Nothing conclusive.
Yeah.
Just interesting stuff.
yeah. Well, down further, I think what I'll do next, I found a front part of what looks like the front part of a tow truck down along the trail that way. And I remember how I told you about the piled up bark?
Yeah.
I found some of that down there. So I think I'm going to head down that way and see if I can find that print again and maybe cast it, because I didn't have all I had was the camera.